Joining me by phone this afternoon, folks, for the Artist Spotlight. His name is Johnny Lindsey. He is the pride of DeSoto, Missouri. And Johnny, it is great to have you along with me here on the Artist Spotlight this afternoon.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me.
No problem. So let's get right into it. You got a couple of albums that you've already cut. What are the two names of your albums out right now?
My first one's Half Crazy, Half Drunk.
I like the name of that one.
And my second one is Hell Ain't the Same Without You Here.
And that's the latest one out right now.
It's not streaming, but it will be on March 1st.
Okay. That's also the album that has a song that caught my attention, Arkansas to Me, right?
Half Crazy, Half Drunk. That's the one.
Okay, that's the one that has that one on there. So let's find out a little bit about you before we get to the song. So you're from DeSoto, Missouri?
Actually, I'm from Arkansas.
Oh, really? What part?
Gosnell.
Okay, Gosnell. All right. So you are an Arkansas guy then?
I am.
Okay, so now it's all making sense to me now. All right, I got where this is going.
Right, yes, I'm one of you.
Yeah, there you go. So how did you end up going from Arkansas to Missouri then?
When I was 18, I moved. I'm going to try to make this quick.
Sure.
I moved to Texas, back to Arkansas. You know, everybody comes back to Arkansas.
Right.
And then I wound up in Mississippi.
Oh, wow.
And Hurricane Katrina hit, and my wife's mother lived here in St. Louis, and we moved here, and that's how I got to DeSoto. Okay. So I've been here since Hurricane Katrina.
Okay, all right. And how long have you been doing music?
All my life.
Okay. All right, that's a good sign. Folks, we are talking with Johnny Lindsey here on the Artist Spotlight here on the Fox tonight. Of course, originally from Arkansas, now up in Missouri. How did you get into songwriting?
You know, that is something, I mean, I have been writing songs since I'm not saying they were good songs,
sure.
But I've been writing songs since I remember riding on my bicycle at 10, 11 years old, writing songs in my head. My dad was a musician,
okay.
So that really got me into music. I was always around music, especially country music, and I've just been writing songs all the time. That's really something you get addicted to, and I think I wrote about 40 songs last year.
Wow.
And the main thing I do is, I think I learned guitar just so I could write songs.
Okay.
I never wanted to be a guitar player. I wanted to be a singer-songwriter. So that led me to where I am today.
Well, you know, I was watching on your social media, you were talking about your album, and you said you never planned on writing country music, but it just happened to come out.
Right.
And which I find is intriguing, because most people say, oh, man, I want to write a country song. And you're like, nope, didn't plan on it. It just came out.
Well, when I was growing up, like I said, I loved country music. It's not that I didn't like country music. It's just what was popular when I was a kid wasn't so much country. So I went the other way. I was never great at that.
Okay.
It was, and I always came back to country, and when I sat by myself, you know, I would listen to country and sing country and write country. But when I moved here, DeSoto, it's a country town,
sure.
And everywhere I went, they were listening to it, and that's all the live shows were country. And I thought, well, I'm not going to get any shows until I go back to my roots, and that's what I did, and I'm actually a lot more comfortable there.
Okay. That makes sense. Folks, we're talking with Johnny Lindsey. He's up in DeSoto, Missouri, independent artist. And, of course, you have the song out, Arkansas to Me, which caught my attention. And, man, I will tell you, this is a heck of a song. How would you come about this song?
You know, that song, I came up with the chorus first. Well, those last two lines, you might come home looking like New York City, but you'll always be Arkansas to me. And I thought that was so good that I didn't want to waste it, so I would get it out every now and then and try to write it, but it would go nowhere, so I'd put it up. I'd say, you know, well, I'm not, that line is too good to waste on a mediocre song. So after about 2 months, you know, I was just sitting there in the living room, and it all came to me, the story. You know, I'm sitting there thinking about my hometown in Arkansas.
Right.
Whenever everyone knows in a country town, everyone wants to get out and escape. And when they do, they just can't wait to get back. Me, I love a country town, but when I was growing up, I wanted to get out of that country town. But now I wouldn't have it any other way than to live in a country town. I don't want to be anywhere else. That's where I want to go. But everybody had friends that left, and they came back wearing the new clothes, trying to speak different, trying to lose that accent. But, 2 or 3 weeks later of being back, they were back in the cowboy boots. They were back on the four-wheelers. They were back in the field. They were back on the dirt roads. And I guess that was, it's the old saying, you can take them out of the country, but you can't take the country out of them.
Right. Yep.
Right.
I completely understand, man. I'll tell you what, I can't wait for our listeners here in Fox Country to hear this song, because it's a heck of a song, well written, well sang. And if people want to follow you, where can they do that at?
They can look me up on Facebook, Johnny Lindsey Music. They can follow me on TikTok. I mean, all of the likes and shares I can get will help me out tremendously. I don't know if people realize just how much that helps an artist.
Sure.
Every share helps. Every click share,
Yep.
So yeah, they can follow me mainly on Facebook and TikTok, and you can find my albums. Well, right now you can scroll down my page on Facebook, Johnny Lindsey Music, and you can find links to order my album.
Yep.
And March 1st, my second album will be out, streaming everywhere. If they like Arkansas to Me, I think they'll like the whole album.
Well, I'm telling you what, I'm getting ready to play this one. But I do want to say thank you so much for taking some time out of your busy day and to talk with me. But we get to introduce you to Fox Country this afternoon.
Well, I sure appreciate it.
All right, folks, that's Johnny Lindsey. Here you go. It's Arkansas to Me on the Artist Spotlight on 104.9 The Fox.
She said, I'm leaving on a Greyhound bus and I'm headed north. I wanna find out what the other half for. So tired of kicking around this same old ground. There's gotta be something more than this country town. I said, honey, you gonna miss these old dirt roads. Drinking on a Friday night, shooting buckshot load. You think you're gonna find the answer to a lonely heart, but when you look up to God, you ain't gonna see these stars. But honey, I hope you find exactly what you need. Lord, I hope it makes you happy, unlike me. Yeah, you might come home looking like New York City, but you'll always be Arkansas to me. Well, she sent me a picture standing by storefront glass. I sent her one back holding that 12-pound bass. I said, the smile on your face just ain't what it used to be. Just say the word, you come back home to me. She said, I sure do miss those old dirt roads. Drinking on a Friday night and you driving me home. She said, I thought I'd find the answer to a lonely heart, but when I looked up to God, you know I didn't see those stars. but you'll always be Arkansas to me. Hey, you might come home looking like New York City, but you'll always be Arkansas to me. Honey, you'll always be Arkansas to me.
On the Fox, Johnny Lindsey, Artist Spotlight right there. And boy, I'll tell you what, that's a great song. Arkansas to Me. You'll find John Lindsey on social media. Just look at John Lindsey Music, and you'll be able to see his albums. He's got his latest album will be streaming March 1st everywhere. But Arkansas to Me, great song that was written by a guy that grew up in Gosnell, Tennessee, but lives in DeSoto, Missouri now. So Johnny Lindsey, thank you for his time this afternoon for the Artist Spotlight. Get ready. We'll take a look at your Read Today Storm Team forecast. We got Jordan Davis.